always. Making sure the volume's down on the computer here before I blast you guys. Anyways, hope you guys had a great 4th of July holiday, stuff like that, and the summer's treating you really well. Tonight we're kind of tying some fun flies. If you hear barking in the background, I'll warn you, I have a 12-week-old lab puppy. For some reason, she cannot live outside of my office, freaks out when she's not here. So she's probably barking a little bit. But yeah, so tonight we're going to be tying this. Hey Aaron, how's it going, buddy? So we're going to be tying this big rat mouse pattern, which is going to be great for browns, bass, stripers, anything that eats other things, really. And if there's not a possibility of a rat, sometimes curiosity just takes over anyways, and they'll go ahead and chomp that. Second fly up is this little guy, and this fly kind of came about just making fun of a friend. I was giving a friend a hard time, and my buddy Mike Mercer tied a fly called the PT Prince. So, hey Matt, and Jordan, how's it going? So I decided to one-up him with a combination of 2 flies and do a triple fly combination, which is the hairy Prince John. So it's a tungsten bead attractor pattern. So I think I'm going to start off and with the trout nymph here tonight. So as always, I'm going to jump up close, give you guys a view of the fly, and go from there. Tanner, hello. Vacation. Oh, that's right. Is Ebers on vacation right now? Scoundrel. Let's see, which way do I want to go? We'll go this way. And we'll track in. Look at that. Cool. Let's see. Get it focused in. So yeah, this is the hairy Prince John, and it is, as you can see here, part Prince Nymph, part Copper John, and just a little smidgen of some hare's ear. It's using a tungsten bead, and you know, you can tie this on any wide gap nymph hook that you would like. Either be it a, you know, like a 1760, I recommend. These barbless hooks are pretty cool from Folian Mills as well. So yeah, throw it in there. We'll get going on it. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Yeah, the patio. That was quite the project I did not have to do, so it was rather delightful. I think it sounds gross also, Evers. Yeah, anytime you're not doing like a pretty stressful job, it's a good day for me, because I usually get stuck doing all of the work at our house. But that one, the wife was willing to relinquish to a professional. It's kind of like I told her you were going to come out and paint the house for her. She's happy. She likes you, doesn't even know you. There's my buyouts. So this is a size 10, and this is kind of a fun new hook that I've been playing with. The 1760 from Daiichi is my standard, but this is that Folian Mill barbless champ hook. Okay, as always, I'm going to be using, well, what I always... Very true, Bob. Don't be surprised if a plane ticket comes across the way there, Mr. Aaron. So we're just going to do some touching turns, just, you know, thoroughly wrap the thread there. And whoa, Mr. Clark. Hello, sir. Good evening. And I'm going to take 2 gold buyouts, and we're going to line them up so they point outwards. So we're going to put them so they spread out just like that. And you know, you can play with this fly, change the colorways on it, everything. Clark kicks kittens. He does one heck of a deer scaring Sasquatch impersonation, that's for darn sure. So I'm just going to wrap these up to create a nice smooth base here, which is the key to any wire-bodied pattern. I do have a pool. You have to when it's 100 degrees. 100 degree plus on the regular, you need a pool. So let's say oh jeez. Ebbers, you're welcome anytime, buddy. And I'll row, and I'll never ask you to row my boat because I like rowing my boat. So Clark versus the kittens. Here we go. My lord, gentlemen. Alright, so we're going to start our wire right up here and do real smooth turns both frontwards and backwards, creating a smooth underbody. So this is a small uni wire in brown. You can come, you can stay too, Aaron, sorry. Clark as well. Yeah, I don't think, I don't know why, I just love rowing boats nowadays. It's like my favorite thing. So we're just going to wrap this, you know, this also breaks out into about thirds. A third of the fly is wire, a third of the fly is, you know, a prince and a hare's ear. Uh-oh, dropped my partridge skin. You guys are fast tonight. You're good with puppies but not kids? Don't you have like multiple children, Aaron? Uh-oh. Perfect. Alright, so the next ramp-up material we're going to be using is the OG hairline dubbin in a golden brown. You can tell that because the number is like 38, HD 38. They didn't have to get super creative. I did not go to ICAST, actually. I was not at ICAST. At least right now. The state took his kids. Oh man. We have something. Tanner's talking about tempura. Okay, so I'm going to come right back over just the last few wraps there of our wire. I might grab just a hair more dubbing. Ten to 2, I like it. Those are good hours, my man. So the cool thing is when you work down your hair's ear dubbing or hairline dubbing, it gets real compact. It makes a nice strong fly. So next up is some peacock Hurl. These are the nice 5 to 7 inch variations. And I'm going to pull out about 2 or 3. I mean, once we put Loon stuff on this, it's not going to come apart, but nonetheless, we'll do a little back and forth wraps. So we'll build a pretty solid thorax with our peacock. Uh-oh. Yeah, the peacock it's my second favorite material next to peacock ice dub. Aaron will tell you all about it. And next up is just going to be Hungarian partridge. And this will serve as our leg section here. I wish actually I would have gone to ICAST because it would have been fun to see some guys from our team that I know are Florida boys and would have been there. But also I heard it was very hot and I was in another world during the ICAST. I was on vacation with family, which is also very important. So we'll do almost a soft hackle here with this partridge. And some of it kind of gets worked down, but just about 1.5 wraps. You don't want it to be too thick. You don't know what I'm talking about or what Eber's just talking about? If it's me, that's understandable. So I'll trim those out of there and we're going to bring in some wings. So again, we're going to be using our gold biots. You can use any color. But I'm going to cheat. He just shows up and escapes, raises a ruckus, talks about Tenkara, and bails out. Oh, no. Ebers is basically Canadian. Gotcha. So Nick, to answer your question, it's going to go Uniwire, Hairline Dubbin Golden Brown, and then Peacock. So it composes pieces from a Prince Nymph, a Copper John, and Hare's Ear. And the final chunk to the recipe, besides the partridge, is going to be Peacock Ice Dub in black. And I like to use that red tungsten plummeting bead from Hairline. I dig the red anodized color, and I think it acts as a really good attractor. So we'll throw a few whip finishes in there. and we'll finish it off with some flow. Maybe. Uh-oh. Destroyed, zapped my flow. Watch, this is going to be bad. But we'll just put a dollop in there, and we'll go ahead and zap it. I didn't think I'm going that fast. That was a 15-minute nymph. So, I do have all of it, yes, absolutely. Sorry, Brent. It's just cruising through on the nymph. Trust me, I'll make up for it with the El RatonA. So yeah, we'll give you guys a little 360. The Mother Goose is still a great vice. Alrighty. Yeah, Brent, you can actually you can also rewind. Livestream works kind of like a DVR, so you can rewind into things and check it out still. Or I'll post it. You know, it can be posted up later if you missed it. People, oh, okay. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate your constructive comments and praise. So, alright. Kind of mousy time now. So this guy is pretty cool. It's pretty massive, as you guys can see. It's a big, non-articulated mouse fly that's actually pretty light to cast, which is kind of odd for a large fly. So I'm going to see where we're going to be and try to zoom out appropriately. Perfect. That'll work. So we're going to start out with a 55mm Flyman shank. And we're going to go ahead and close the articulation portion first and foremost. So you kind of start with these a little bit backwards. And we'll just do a quick back and forth. These guys get a little bit flexy at 55mm, so you gotta give them some support. Okay. So next up, we're gonna get some this red line on your screen here is some intruder wire, standard size red, and we'll just get a stinger hook of choice. I just happen to have these owner versions here because I bought like 500 of them. So I saw your friends in Pakistan. They also make some pretty killer MMA gear, huh? Cheech. So what we'll do here is I'll just split these two off on either side, and we'll begin working them forward. Those posts make my day when you're messing with those guys. It's absolutely hilarious. Alright, so we just wrap this back and forth. Oops. And don't catch that thing because it does mung up some GSP on occasion there. Those shanks are pretty sharp still. Okay. So I'm going to drop this out for a second, and we're going to find our tail. So this is going to be our tail material. It is a micro pulsator strip in black barred light brown. And I try to pick the portions of it that you find like a weird one that's not dyed perfectly to your liking. We're going to use the beard trimmer method that I like to do here. And so you can just sneak right up it. Usually one pass is about all it takes to create a nice tail. Just peel off any excess fluff. And there you go. That'll be our tail section here. Alright, so we'll throw our shank back up in there now. Alright, so we'll measure this out to be just a hair longer than our stinger, so our stinger rides pretty close. You don't want to get too wild with the length of your stinger, I would say. Beard trimmer, yeah. The hairy Prince John. This is gone. This is getting awkward, right? It is a Loon beard trimmer, actually. It's new for 2017. We've partnered with Norelco. The final rendition that we came out with is black and yellow, though. So you'll have to wait. It'll be at your local fly shop here pretty soon. So this is some Blaine Schlockett's Game Changer chenille in a light tan. And we'll go ahead and tie that in here. And I doubled back the tail, hoping to help secure it a little bit better. With each wrap, you just want to brush this stuff backwards, like if you're doing like a mini Game Changer, or any fly for that matter, unless you really wanted all the material to run all over the place. This is pretty much an amazing chenille. I've been doing some complex twisting with it, and some marabou actually. It's got a really cool standout style behind it there, Mr. Cheech. Puppy attack. Alright, so the secret keeling device was right here. Thought I had it dialed in. Everest is going to Evers is going to bust my chops for losing something as usual. Had some big old double pupil lead eyes, but apparently they've eluded me as usual. So we'll just take some other, oh yeah, so we're going to take a size medium double pupil eye and adhere this onto the back bottom, which helps this pattern to kind of keel. But not only that, it'll help it like sit upright with the way the head works into this fly. I've been getting down with the I've been doing it in the dubbing machine too, though. I've figured out a way to complex twist with a power drill. Call it the super complex twist. I was going to talk to you about it. Actually, it works out pretty well for doing like production stuff. So I'm a little busy on a little production order. So what we'll do is we'll take some craft fur. This is craft fur and tan, and I shorten it out till it's about 1.5 inches to 2 inches long. And this is going to be the finer section that'll crush down. And then we'll just push that all back. So it kind of ends up making a little bit of a body. I'm going to show you guys some of the fun ones. Bigger versions here. So the heads that we're using is it's a size medium. These happen to be the extra large. I figured they would show up better. So these are the new, yeah, production orders are a little tough sometimes. These are the new double barrel poppers from Flyman. They work great backwards as a slider, or forwards as a popper, or upside down as a popper chugger slider. So we're going to tie them upside down and backwards to make a skater. But so the first one that I do is, you can see here's the standard head, and I put a 45-degree cut right at the eye socket. So we'll move our thread forward. I don't know, that's a great question. They kind of do look like Peter Griffin's chin. You just find miracles in life all the time, Cheech. I like that. I know, Bob, I apologize. I forgot the butt eyes on the materials list. That was absolutely my bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zap these into place here with some super glue. I ran out of Loctite, so I am using whatever I got at the hardware store currently, which is Gorilla. He makes a good point on television that he's really tough, so we're going with it. Never look back. The eyes should be for sale pretty much everywhere. It's a new product from Hairline and Flyman Fishing. I think Hairline's distributing it. But yeah, you should be able to start finding them at shops here pretty quick. So we're going to add some color. These take markers incredibly well. So it's pretty awesome. You can just watch it drink up ink, actually. And the foam's really quite interesting on these new popper heads. Do they sell butt eyes at Fly Fish Food? My goodness, Evers. You see what you've started here? So we're going to take our big chunk of craft fur and work out some of the underfluff. This is the extra select version. And you might have to do this a few times to get like the quantity that you desire for your pattern. Oops, almost forgot the most important part here. These are round rubber rear legs. So I'm going to peel off solid 4 round rubber legs. And we'll go ahead and just tie a simple overhand knot. It's my show. It's like $25 a fly. Just my style. So what we'll do is we're gonna put these in here in kind of a swimming position. What I like to do is just try to do a halving. And I want them to kind of kick out the bottom here. And you could put these further back behind the popper head if you wanted to, but I've found that just putting them in there in front makes them stand out just a little bit more and swim a little bit harder against the materials. So we're going to take our first clump of craft fur, and we're just going to weasel that kind of over the top here. We're going to take a loose wrap just like you were working with regular old deer hair or something like that. We'll just wrap back over itself. We're going to bring in a little butt legs. Yes, Aaron, butt legs. I need to come to one of your guys' little fly tying events someday in life. Sounds like you guys have a little bit of fun. So we'll bring in our second clump here just to kind of fill in. We'll do the same thing. So the whole bottom of the fly doesn't really get a lot of hair treatment. I want it to sit kind of flush in the water. Aaron is shy in real life and never talks. Gotcha. Somehow I don't buy it. Not gonna buy that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking another one of these medium heads here, and we're just going to about measure out to where we want to finish this fly, because you want to have the rat have a little bit of an up swinging head, so it's like it's swimming. So bring a little bit more of the chenille before we add legs and our last bit of craft fur. Cheech, I got to catch up with you about your Spakara thing and doing some trip activities. Got to work that in, buddy. Okay, front legs. We're going to go with 4. And again, we're just going to overhand knot them. We want them to kind of just be out there. And you want to pull them really tight. I mean, these have a lot of give behind them. Cheech and I are formulating a new methodology of fishing called Spakara together. We haven't really brought it up to anybody, but it's going to work out really awesome. And we want these legs to face forward. And they'll get pushed back as we bring in our craft fur here. I'm going to stack this one a little bit thicker. All right. Alright, so that's the finalization here of body. Cheech, how big is that deer that runs through your property? Looks pretty hardy. Let's see where we're at with the head system here. Head to leg scenario. Yep, those are dangling down. So this guy kind of just swims. Cool. I am kind of moving a little bit faster tonight. Must have been those like 6 shots of espresso I drank right before I started this. Alright, so we turned the popper head backwards and seemingly upside down to give it this like ramping activity. Now we're just going to let that set up, let the glue dry. Do you chase him like a Sasquatch every day, Cheech? About the size of this fly. Let's see. Cheech is going to corral him and shave him and sell the deer hair on fly fish food, I'm pretty sure. Alrighty. So we're going to start doing some marking where that glue sets up and just darkening down some place in the top here. We use pointy brushes. Oops. A little black. Yeah, just wait till it's like the fall and they're really, really jerks. So these legs just kind of end up getting crazy and going everywhere, which is fine. I like to fill in the eye sockets, and we'll color everything else out. By the way, by the next Loon Live, I'll get to unveil a pretty killer new 2017 thing for Loon. Should be fun. Way to keep them in line, Cheech. Keeping them people in line. I like it. So I'm going to clean off our all-purpose scissor here. We're going to drop just a standard eye. Of course, in my infinite wisdom, I ordered the wrong eyes to fit these. They make these really cool eyes that I thought were going to be the best, but I ordered the wrong ones. So that's pretty standard for me. But I'll show them to you. These are the eyes that I wanted to use right here. They look like evil Disney character rat eyes. They're called dragon eyes. What's Loon Live? Let's see here. We'll pick another one of these guys out. We'll drop it in there. These things have really deep eye sockets on these popper heads, which is really cool. Because once they dry, we'll fill them in with some flow. And zap it with the light. "2017 is going to be a fun one, Mr. Cheech. I'm excited." What happened to Aaron? Did he get in trouble? His wife call him home? Okay. I heard that light doesn't work very good. That's probably a pretty accurate statement. I heard if you get the one with 7,000 light bulbs that it's going to cure better. That is also a very common statement. It's like, yeah. So this is something that we haven't had on the show, and it's maybe a little bit rough because it does require time to dry. Soft head is perfect. Pleated khakis and Kenny G. Yeah, that's about right. I mean, you gotta act your age now. So soft head dries very rubbery in nature, and it'll seal in everything but allow the foam to compress and bounce off things without cracking. It goes on, it comes out kind of a milky white color, but I can assure you it's a completely clear product. Did you get a bunch of sweaters for your birthday too, Aaron? I'm getting old, buddy. So Aaron equals Jim Harbaugh. Nick, I would throw this on a stout 7 or an 8 to be safe, with a aggressively tapered line, something like a 40 plus, or a big streamer type line. Some of the streamer float lines that are out there. But anything, a lot of the rods, they'll say they're a 7, but they're comfortably casting incredibly heavy grain weights, like outside of the norm. So yeah, anything that's beefy. 2 weights work perfect. 5 weight, 35. Oh man, you guys are wild tonight. I like it. So you can kind of see some of the body work in there, but when it compresses down, gets wet. Kind of like Clark, you showed us on our last live stream. Most of this material does have a tendency to breathe a little bit more than the instant wet photos that everybody does. Like, look how great it looks wet. And in all reality, it's very open and flowy. Snakeheads, yeah. I think it could be great. I want to go throw it on some trout streams with, some browns, stuff like that. I think it'd be very fun. Probably a very inappropriate side contest going on from Aaron about things I cannot repeat live. Oh, you got your sign over here? Awesome. I'm stoked. So, that's not bad. Hit about 50 minutes. Aaron says that his favorite part of the show is when I awkwardly try to turn the camera off. So I've got a new trick for that I just came up with. Meat Fest, absolutely. Yeah, it's, these are... I mean, my hands dwarf that of Clark's, but, it's a solid 4-inch bodied fly with stinger. And you guys could change up the stinger wire if you so desired to whatever color you wanted. But it's going to ride face up and skate. Yes, it is absolutely not chocolate milk. Keep being awkward. So next week, I think we're going to throw down some cool stuff. Don't know what I'm going to do yet, but a compilation of all the endings, absolutely. I need a 570 fly sticker. I don't have one on there. I've got Southern Culture on the fly, a blue halo, a loon, and a Patagooch sticker. Perfect. So, yeah, I think next week I'll do... I want to do my cousin's sculpin pattern, which is pretty cool. I'm going to ask him and make sure that it's, cool with him that I do that. Maybe shave a little bit. I don't know. So... you cannot purchase these flies currently. I don't know if anybody will ever commercially tie the double El RatonA, but yeah, I think we're going to tie a cool little sculpin pattern that I really like, and fish a lot of now. Maybe another streamer or steelhead fly, using some really cool new materials that are coming out. Yeah, it's kind of blonde and lame, but you know, it's there. It's what I got. So, $25 for El RatonA. I like it. Can we bid on them for charity? Possibly. Yes, we'll send him off to Cheech and let him do that. So, alrighty guys. Well, cool. I appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you in 2 weeks with some more fun fly patterns. A killer streamer called the Trout Candy. And yeah, I'll do a low water articulated or a little stinger style pattern. That was kind of what I was leaning towards, Tanner. I've been hearing the Kabari streamer. Southern Oregon Steelhead RN pretty thick is what I've heard from everybody on the Rogue. Just south of you guys a little bit, so I'm going to be heading up there to check that out here soon. Nick, thank you. I appreciate it. Bob, thank you. Brent, talk to you later. Clark, I'll talk to you for sure. Everybody have a great night. I appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you next time.